Hello, my name is Monica, and today I'm going to talk about getting my hair braided in Marrakesh, Morocco. So, how this came about is that I was going to visit a friend in France, and we also decided that we wanted to visit Morocco. So, I ended up getting a number of cheap flights, and for me, one of the things that I have to consider when I travel is how to bring my hair products so my hair can look the way I want it to. I like my curls to be defined. They can look a bit frizzy or fluffy if I do nothing, and I can't simply comb my hair and hope for the best. So I decided before I left I should get my hair braided here in California. And starting for a style like this with singles, I was looking at 200, 250 plus. Um, I think for singles it probably was more like 250. So it was a lot of money, and it just I didn't think it was worth it at the time. I figured I wanted to start saving and actually use my money on travel. So I decided to look in France. I thought I found something that looked closer to about 100 euros, but I could have translated the page wrong. And when I say translated, I mean Google Translate. Um, but the timing just didn't work out, so I decided, well, heck, I'll just try and get it done in Morocco, though I don't know how I would do that. So, I decided to wait for the day after our first day, and that's because the first day we went to something called a hammam, which is where you can go and someone can actually scrub your whole body to get off the dead skin cells, and also scrub your scalp. It's a great experience, but as those who've gotten braids before know, if you're going to be washing your hair, that can lead to the braids looking frizzy faster. So I decided I'm gonna just wait till afterwards, and it worked out because my scalp was nice and clean, and ready to be braided the next day, and so that was really cool. So I talked to our host at the Riad, and the Riad essentially is, to me, it's like a house hotel that has multiple rooms. There's foreigners from a lot of different kind of countries. I asked him, do you know where I could get my hair done? And he told me, just go to the market. You can find someone very easily. It should be around $15, which, looking back, I think $15 was probably too cheap. But that said, it's very hard to know how much something is worth in a foreign country. And so I just had to look and figure out what it would be worth to me. And so, to also caveat, Morocco, I personally didn't know what Moroccan people looked like. But from what I found, the Moroccan people seem to be a lot of people from Arabic descent, but and some people who are mixed who actually look like me. Some of the people thought that I was Moroccan before I spoke, that is. But then also, there's people who are of sub-Saharan African descent, who back in California I would just identify as black people, or African Americans if they were in California. But here they were Moroccans, or they were people who were living in Morocco. So my friend suggested when we were at the restaurant, that we ask someone who looked like they were of sub-Saharan African descent. And so there was a guy, he had some locks, so I asked him where to find some. And he told me, yeah, you can meet me here tomorrow at noon. We got there a little late, so reasonably so, he wasn't there. So I was on my own to find someone in the market. So we just walked around and looked for places to get our hair done. I didn't see a single stall that had braids on it, so I was a little bit lost. But we just walked up to a lady who was selling some sort of trinket, and I asked her, does she know where I could get my hair done? She said, oh, I can do it. This all happened in English. I don't speak French and I don't speak Arabic. My friend speaks French, and so she was able to communicate with other people. But essentially, this person, she was willing to do my hair, so we negotiated a price. I paid the equivalent of, I think, about 40 euros, which in my head is about $40, since I think at some point in time they were close to a 1-to-1 ratio. I don't know what it is now. So she agreed to the price, I agreed to the price, and we were good to go. She brought me over to a bag of hair, and I went ahead and picked out a color. She had blonde, which I wasn't really interested in, and she also had other colors. I wanted something that was more natural. I'm not the most adventurous when it comes to my hair colors, but it ended up being red, something like this. This is actually very, yeah, very different and adventurous for me. So I'm actually very glad that I was forced to choose something that was a little bit out of my comfort zone. So she sat me down in the middle of the market, and she and her sister worked on my hair the whole time for about 2.5 hours. They spoke Arabic and French together, and I just sat and I listened passively because I don't understand. And I watched the people in the market. The people were watching me. I didn't see anyone else getting their hair braided. My friend stayed with me for almost 45 minutes. And then she left. I ended up walking back by myself, and we actually were able to go to do separate things, which was pretty cool because I wasn't sure how it would be, but I felt very safe walking around the market and the part of the city that we were at by myself. So that was pretty cool. But overall, I'm very pleased with the results. They did a really good job. And for hair that's been braided for over a month, I think it's been staying very well. And I hope to get my hair braided again soon.